do is there's been some fantastic companies all around the show at Eureka Park, and CES has been a real partner in thinking through how we connect startups with great people and great opportunities to intersect. So we thought we'd open up one segment of our programming today for an opportunity to let some of the folks that are pitching all around live in front of their potential partners and customers to come up on the Startup America Live stage and give all of you an opportunity to hear from them. We have one job for those of you in the audience. I'm going to give you one person in the audience the opportunity to ask one question after each person pitches. So if you hear something that's really interesting and you're inspired by it, I'm going to ask on you guys to raise your hand. Each person who comes up will have 1 minute to pitch, and the lovely and talented Caitlin Burns on my team here will be holding up a timer for those of you who are going to be pitching. And I'm pretty much a stickler to the time, so when it runs out, you will be done. But you will have an opportunity to either answer a question from me or one from the audience, or maybe both. So you'll get a little bit of time. And Caitlin, you're going to hold me to no more than 4 minutes on the back end of the 1 minute pitch, okay? All right. So who do we have up first, Ned?
Noah from ChargeCard.
All right, give Noah a hand here, everybody. Come on up. Noah, stand right here on the X. And Caitlin, you're going to start the timer, right? Turn it around and let's go.
Hi, my name is Noah. My team and I are the founders of ChargeCard. ChargeCard is a micro USB iPhone 4 and iPhone 5 cable that fits in your wallet. This is my wallet here, and as you can see, it's a standard wallet, and I'm pulling one of them out of here. You take this, you plug one end into any standard USB port, the other end into your phone, and it's for charging and data transfer. We fundraised $160,000 on Kickstarter, where we pre-sold 8,000 units. We're entering production right now. You can save $5 on www.chargecardproject.com with CES 2013. Actually, that's 25% off. It works internationally because the USB port is the USB port standard, and you can plug it into a computer, a TV, anywhere there's a USB port, a car, and it's made in the United States in California. And lastly, it's pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward product. It's a USB cable that fits in your wallet. I want to say thank you to Startup America and the Startup America team for bringing this event together.
Awesome. Well, give Noah a hand here. Stay there for just a second. So what, my main question for you is, and please, if you have a question for him, raise your hand. What's your barrier to entry? I mean, I see that. Once I've seen it, my guess is you could have 1,000 knockoffs probably being shipped from China right now.
So that's a great question, Scott. And our product is very simple. At least it looks very simple. But to make it look so simple, there's a lot of design that had to go into that. To make it 1/10 of an inch thick and have all the properties of a standard USB cable, we had to do a tremendous amount of finesse design work to have injection molding tolerances that work so thin. And by doing that, when people try to knock something like this off, it's going to be very difficult for them to make it that thin.
Do you have some design patents around some of those workarounds you had to figure out?
Yeah, IP is core to us because we're a product-driven company and we're a design-driven company, and this is our first product. We have a design patent and a provisional patent, provisional utility patent, and we'll be working over the coming months to make to grow our IP.
All right, who has one quick question for Noah? Here we go, right here. Got to move fast, Chris. Come on, let's go. Mike's coming. Hang on.
Just briefly, what's your go-to-market plan?
Our go-to-market plan right now is to be working with select strategic resellers, distributors, and resellers of all sorts. Right now, we're also selling on our website. So we're going into production right now. We're producing 1,000 units a day, and we'll be ramping that up as distribution expands.
All right, give it a round for Noah. Thank you very much, Noah.
All right, next up, we have Harold from Mydego. I hope I said that right. And on deck, we have Stephanie from BCI. So, Stephanie, you can come on up here.
All right, Harold, come on up. Stand on the X. Everybody give Harold a round of applause here, will you? For those of you who aren't pitching, if you think this is easy to come up here and do this, you'd be sadly mistaken. So, we got now it just means you should be more experienced than everyone else. All right, go, Harold. Here we go.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Basically, I've been in the construction business all my life, and as I get older, I keep forgetting everything. So I needed something to remind me of things I left behind. Somebody said I can get something on my phone. The major thing I was forgetting was my phone. So I come up with a little radio transmitter that I can attach to any item I have on my work site or anywhere else. My golf clubs, a work bike, a radio, my phone. I have a little transmitter that I can set at a rate where I want to be alerted that I left it. So if my truck's 100 feet away from the trailer where I'm working, I set this at 60 feet. At 60 feet, it begins to beep. Let me know, go back and get my phone. Go back and get my golf clubs. It can be used by anybody, anywhere, and it's really inexpensive. I know one of the questions people are going to ask, what about knockoffs? The market is so large for this, there's lots of room for it. It's the first one, it's the only one.
All right, very good. All right, Harold, so my question is actually similar to the last one. What's your combination of, I guess, go-to-market and then how are you protecting in any way, just so that those competitors are there? What makes you different from that standpoint?
Well, basically, it's radio frequency. A lot of people in radio frequency don't want to get into that. They're into the new markets, the Bluetooth, the advanced. This is rather simple, and people just don't want to use this. But once they find out how simple it is, how inexpensive that you can have one, and the market is so large, there's lots of room. It'll take years and years and years to cover the market.
All right, how inexpensive is it?
It'll be less than $30. And if everything goes right here, I get the right producers and the right manufacturers, I can get it to market for less than that. But at my worst case scenario, it'll be just under $30.
All right, anybody have a question here for Harold? Bueller, anyone? All right, Harold, thank you very much. Give him a round of applause.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
All right, Ned, who do we have next?
Next up, it is Stephanie from BCI. And on deck, we have Oliver from Mayfunk.
All right, come on up, Stephanie. Give Stephanie a round of applause. Come on, like an actual real round of applause, please. Okay, there we go. All right, go, Stephanie.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Negretti, and I am here to tell you about what we really think is a eureka product. It's called Dash It. It is a simple, safe, universal mount for the dashboard of your car to hold your smartphone. Stand by. This is faster if I have a stand. So it'll hold your smartphone horizontal or vertical in your car. It's made of a tacky material, so it grips your dashboard, it grips your phone, gets it out of your hands when you're trying to use those navigation apps, and just so much simpler to use than the suction cups that are on the market. Those have such an intricate design in order to put your phone into it, and it just doesn't work for something like your phone that's coming with you everywhere that you go. So it's also universal. Every phone that's been through here for the past 2.5 days has been in it and has worked, and we are super excited to hopefully bring it to market here. We're on Indiegogo right now, selling for $15. Come see us just across the way.
All right, very good, Stephanie. So again, there's lots of technology like this that have had flat displays and others. Exactly. Where do you see your really unique value proposition here?
We think this is super unique for what's out on the market. Most of what has come, when we started to design this, there was nothing that would hold your smartphone. The couple things that have started to come out are device specific and tend to involve the suction cup. There's not really been a whole lot of new thinking beyond those old GPS mounts. And it, I'm sorry, it's loud in here. We just think it's super unique. It's so simple to use, and that's really been our real problem with the stuff that comes out is you're using your phone constantly. You got to get it out of your lap and be a safer driver. They're an Indiegogo project right now, and when will you be shipping? We have already started shipping. We did a small prototype run. We've got them, and they're headed out now.
All right. How many units have you shipped?
About 250.
Okay. Any questions from the audience here for Stephanie? All right, very good. Stephanie, thank you very much. Round of applause, please. A real one. Very good. Oh, thank you.
All right, Oliver from Mayfunk. Are you here, Oliver? Oliver's not here. So this is what happens if you're not here. We're just going to move quickly on. John from Dock and Lock. Here we go.
All right, John, come up. Give John a round of applause, please. Everybody, for real. All right, John,
hello.
Ready?
Oh,
Go.
John? Oh, yeah. Who here has teenage drivers in the household? Raise hands. Very good, very good. And do you know whether or not they text when they drive? Of course they do. Surveys show that 70% of teenage drivers will admit in a survey that they text while they drive. And the numbers are probably higher than that. The Dock and Lock is a device that we can install in any vehicle, works with any maker model vehicle, works with any maker model cell phone. And what it does is it docks and locks an authorized phone. Now, how do we authorize that phone? We put a smart tag on it that we've designed. That smart tag can go on any smartphone, cell phone, or handheld device. For the time, our first generation, we have a drawer that's installed in a single DIN installation. The phone is now docked and locked, and now you can start your vehicle. So it's what's known as an ignition interlock system. So the Dock and Lock is now on the market for fleets. We have 2 pilots in process right now.
All right, you're done.
Yes.
Very good, John. Thank you.
Yeah.
So my question for you is, as you go to market, what is that go-to-market strategy? You talked about a teenager and using that as a father of way too many children and many of them who are going to be driving soon. You know, am I going to be able to install this aftermarket? How is this going to work?
Excellent question. So right now we're starting with the fleet aftermarket. As I said, we've got pilots that are starting this month with large national fleets. They will be piloting the product in those fleets. We're using the distribution channel of the fleet aftermarket to get that product into upfitters and retrofitters. For the parents of teenage drivers, you can imagine where they're going to get to buy a vehicle for a birthday, as I have done for my 4 daughters, or for Christmas. So a dealer would look at this as a great aftermarket product. It's got a great margin on it. We see going to market at around $79, $89 to wholesale, so they can mark it up to about $150 and retail at about $199 with the installation.
Awesome. Questions for those teenage parents out there, from anybody in the audience? For John? All right, John, big round of applause for John. Thank you very much.
Dock and Lock, 750501. We got a demonstration. Come see it.
Right across the hall. All right, Ned, who's next victim?
Up next is Baptiste from Adel, and on deck is Bernard from Sonti. I hope I'm saying those right.
All right, come on up, Baptiste. How about a round of applause here? Come on. First, where are you from?
From France.
Okay.
Sorry. Hi everyone, my name is Baptiste Sancho. I'm co-founder at Adel Audio, and we're here to introduce our first model of headphones, the Adel VK1. So basically what we did with this headphone is that we focused on a product that has no compromises between sound and design. The materials we use for the conception of the headphones are basically high-performance titanium transducers. We have CNC machined aluminum. It's handcrafted in France, and it also uses, genuine lambskin leather for headband and cushions. So the retail strategy basically is that we want to have this sold in selected high-end stores all around the world, build a strong brand image, and also use direct selling for high profitability and growth control.
Awesome. All right. So why did you come to CES?
I love Vegas and I love to gamble. So
I love the brutal honesty of a first-time entrepreneur. All right. So you sit. Where are you in the market? Are you selling right now? What's your production ramp up, and et cetera?
Well, we have very low production capability as we have only a small production unit in France. We started the sales 2 weeks ago by offering 500 units. These are being retailed for $360, and it's almost sold out, so we're pretty happy. We had very good press coverage thanks to the CES, and thank you, everyone.
All right, any other questions? Question from Chris, go.
So last night, Monster Headphones had Alicia Keys at their party. How can you compete against someone and an entity at that magnitude?
That's a very good question. Well, we think we're going to go step by step and attract people by building strong brand image and having a good connection with celebrities. We have very good connection, for example, in France with DJs and everything. We're trying to connect with people by offering them these headphones, and we're hoping that we will get good PR step by step, and hopefully have these sold everywhere.
All right, give Baptiste a round of applause, please. Thank you very much. All right, those guys who are standing out there, there are some seats up here. Please come on in if you'd like to sit and relax. Same over here. There's seats all around. There's plenty of room. I don't think anybody's bitten anybody yet, although that's bound to happen. Who do we have next, Ed?
All right, this is Bernard from Asante, and on deck we have Blake from TroopID.
Hi everyone, I'm Bernard from Sante, and what we have been looking at is to add a product to the home automation market. And what we've been looking at is windows and curtains have been left behind in terms of technology, and so what we bring to the market is a smart film that is Wi-Fi enabled, that you can, it's a retrofit DIY solution that you can cut to any size of your window or any glass partition that you have, and it's self-adhesive. You can stick it onto the glass, and because it's Wi-Fi enabled, we've designed the app that goes with it as well, that you can control the amount of light traveling through your window on your iOS or Android or Windows mobile phone.
All right, that's good. All right, so my question is there any other device that's attached to it when I put it on there, or is it literally just that piece of
So it's a
film?
piece of film, and it's powered off. It needs a power source, so there will be a little wire going to the wall with the Wi-Fi transmitter built into it, and it will talk to your mobile device, and you can control it. You can control how much light comes through, or you can have it completely opaque and gives you total privacy. It'll block out the sun, or if it's just for a conference room, at a touch of a button, it'll completely go opaque.
I have another question, but anybody else have a question here for these guys? Okay, go ahead, Arun. Hang on 1 second. Mike's coming to you.
So which market you are targeting primarily, consumer market or the commercial market?
Because this is a DIY product, we're aiming for the mass market. And so this will be for everyone, every household or small businesses.
What's the price?
We're in prototype phase right now, but we're working on the cost, but we're looking at, per square meter, we're looking at about $150 to $200, and that's for the whole set. It's a free download of the app that we make in-house as well.
So for what it's worth, feedback from one guy standing on stage with a mic, which means gives me prerogative. I would really think about whether it's the DIY or going after the commercial designers who are designing hotels like this, where they both have cost needs to it. They can install it over a period of time, and you get to scale a lot faster. So it's cool to be in the DIY business, but it's really hard to break through that market. So give that some thought. Hey, let's give Bernard a round of applause, please.
Thank you.
Next up, Blake from TroopID. I know this guy. Stand on the X, please.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Blake Hall. I'm the founder and CEO of TroopID. I'm also a third-generation soldier and a former Ranger. Started the company when we noticed that brands didn't have a way to verify that a user on their website was, in fact, a service member or veteran. And because they didn't have a way to verify, they were unable to deliver exclusive benefits to that group. The product that we created to solve that problem is a single sign-on. So think of like PayPal hangs a bank account off an email and password. We developed back-end access to data through government agencies, Fortune 100 financial institution that enables us to prove that somebody is a service member or veteran in real time. The unique part of the business model is that we extend that service through an API where it lives as a widget in the registration flow or checkout flow. Launched November 12th with Under Armour, Telluride Ski Resort, and Veterans Affairs. Signed up 46,000 users between November 12th and December 31st. And the brands pay us a licensing fee, and as the network grows, user acquisition grows as well. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Blake. So from your perspective, where do you see the real growth coming from? From a go-to-market standpoint, what are your core customers you're seeking at the moment to get to scale?
Yeah, so I think our end users are service members and vets, but our customers are the brands that want to market to this particular community. So kind of priority number one is making sure that we get into the checkout flow and into the registration flow of as many Fortune 500 brands that want to help this community so that we can tie the users' single sign-ons to the data.
Questions from the audience? Folks out there, any vets in the audience? Wow, that's interesting.
Oh, wow.
I would have thought the probability, besides you.
Yeah.
All right, let's give Blake a round of applause. Thanks, Blake.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, up next is Serge from Live Talk, and on deck is Dana from iSucker.
All right, come on up, Dana. Let's give you. Oh, I'm sorry. Sergey. Let's give Sergey a round of applause. Stand on the X there, please.
Hi guys, thank you for your attention. My name is Sergey. I represent company Live Talk. What we do is we offer your website visitors an opportunity to come to your website and connect with you face to face. So now, when someone comes to your site, instead of just seeing your phone number or getting a live chat tool on there where you don't know who you're chatting to, they can click and connect with you face to face. And say the front desk person can take that call, video call, she can transfer it within your organization, she can block callers, she can track the history of calls, there are many other options. Basically, any company, any business with a website who wants to engage their customers face to face can benefit from LiveTalk. Our website is joinlivetalk.com. Come check us out. Thank you.
So Sergey, who do you think your target customer is, and what kind of technology are you expecting the web visitor to have? So it's a two-part question.
Okay, the first, like I said, any business with a website, small, medium size, hopefully we want us, our goal is to scale it up. So any company with a website that wants to engage their customers face to face can benefit from it. And all the visitor has to have is just Flash installed, which most people do. So on the front end, it's Flash and nothing else. They don't need to have anything else installed.
So the user doesn't have to have a webcam or anything else. They just need to have the right Flash software.
Exactly,
okay?
exactly. Because the goal is for you as the service provider or the website owner to be seen by your user. So,
any questions for Sergey from the audience? Anybody brave enough to ask him? No? All right, thanks, Sergey. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you.
This is Dana from iSucker, and up next is Tim from SET or SET.
All right, come on up, Dana. All right. Let's give Dana a round of applause while she's coming on stage here. Thanks, Dana. Stand right there on the X. You got it.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Dana Askew Harris. I'm from the iSucker company at iSucker.com. We had a problem holding our iPads, so now I can hold it with one hand. I can share information with you like this, but before I was trying to hold my iPad like this, and after a while it hurt my hand, so we invented the iSucker. Now the iSucker just sucks on the back of your iPad, your tablet, or Samsung, anything that's got a smooth surface. Here, hold this so I can show you how it works. Just sucks on the back of it like this. Now I can hold it. I can hold it, and it just cradles right in my hand. It's very ergonomic, and it helped us with our problem that we were having.
And all right, so Dana, how much does it cost?
Our price point's $24.95.
And what's your distribution or go-to-market strategy?
Right now, we're selling online at iSucker.com, and other than that, we're looking for distribution to put in stores.
What are your competitors?
We didn't see anything out there till we got here. We saw a couple of them. The ones that we have seen are good products, and we know that there's a need out there to be able to hold your iPad or your tablet other than just holding it with your hand. But we think the way that we have designed the product is it's easy, it's ergonomic, and it doesn't use any other muscles in my hand because I'm just cupping it with the palm of my hand.
So in the for what it's worth category, some
Yeah.
quick, fast feedback for you. I think figuring out a very, very clear target user market, who are the people who are going to use this the most, and really getting very, very clear about who that is, so it's not just anybody who wants to hold it, but whether it's in a construction environment or it's in a presentation environment, get really, really clear about that, because I think there are competitors out there, and don't be so nice to them either.
Okay,
all right?
I won't. I mean, they were horrible products.
Oh, there you go. That's better. All right, let's give Dana a round of
Thank
applause,
you.
please.
Great. This is Tim from SET, and up next is Stacy from Dio Hako.
All right, come on up, Tim. Let's give Tim a round of applause. Come on, let's get
you.
some energy in the room here.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Tim. I'm from SET. It turns out that we're all carrying a whole lot more germs with us than we thought we were, and it's being carried around on one of these things. We all own smartphones, and we all do a lot more with them than just make phone calls. We hand them around to people, we share them, we put them on the floor, we put them on countertops, we take them to the bathroom, we do all kinds of things with them, and then we put them to our face and we talk. So we've got all these germs. Apparently we've got 18 times more germs on the face of our smartphone than there is on a toilet. That's pretty nasty when you think about it. Now, SET is a manufacturer of LEDs. We manufacture LEDs that operate in the ultraviolet wavelength range. Ultraviolet has the power of killing germs. What we're doing is we're developing products that are portable, that we can kill germs safely, quickly and effectively. And here I've got a cell phone disinfection device that when we put the cell phone into the pocket, it automatically kills germs immediately.
Very cool. All right, Tim. So what are the other applications, or if I don't use a clip, I assume you have lots of different places, but where do you see like the biggest market for you right now in terms of go-to-market?
So we're seeing biggest markets across the board, really. We're seeing from cell phones in probably not a belt clip. It's probably going to be a case. We're trying here really to understand what the market need is while we're at CES. This is just a concept right now. Our company focuses on the LED manufacturing as opposed to this. So our goal in CES is to find a strategic partner that can help us guide us and answer some of those questions and take us through to market.
Anybody in the audience have a question? I have one more follow-up. All right, we got two here. All right, let's start here with Arun, and then we'll go to Caitlin.
Does it fit inside a case?
A phone case? It will fit inside an OtterBox. The LEDs are extremely tiny. So like all LEDs, they're about the size of a grain of salt, each of them. So we can fit them on flexible circuit board, and we can put them inside any small case.
So you said it is safe, but you are using ultraviolet light. Did you do any test to confirm that?
Yes, we've done some tests. We've demonstrated that we can kill 99.9% of bacteria on a smartphone.
His question is it safe to use? Is there any side effects to using it?
There are no side effects. Clearly, it is ultraviolet light, so you don't want to be staring at it. So the goal is going to be to make something that is encased and enclosed so that we don't shine light into people's eyes.
So one quick comment for you is I would think about in the hospital environments, doctors and nurses and everybody carrying these devices around with them, they're increasingly part of the dialogue. So for what it's worth, that's a natural market where they're trying to figure out ways to fight all these types of germs. So let's give Tim, a round of applause.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.
All right, up next is Stacy from Dio Hako, and next is Ellen from Coyote Case.
Come on up, Stacy. Let's go. Give Stacy a round of applause. All right, Stacy, stand on the X.
Hi, my name is Stacy Yamaoka, and I'm the co-founder of Dio Hako. We have an iPad case and mounting system that you can use as a GPS for your car. You can mount it to the wall to use as a digital picture frame while charging, or transform it into a specialty camera by attaching a tripod and a specialty press fit lens to the case. So at the crux of the system is the case itself right here, which has two natively built-in connections. We have the twist and click, which is to mount to flat surfaces, as well as the screw-in connection here, which accepts the 1/4-20 thread. And we've created the attachments that you can use. So we've got a clamp, for example, to attach to a bike or a stroller. We work with Joby here, where you can use this to attach for hands-free use while, let's say, watching TV, things like that, as well as a suction cup that you can use as a mount in your kitchen.
Awesome. Very cool. All right, so where are you in the production and life cycle of the business or the product?
So we are in the final stages. These are prototypes, but we're officially launching out here, and we've got our site at diohako.com where we're selling now.
What does Dio Hako mean?
Sure. So that's a question we get a lot. It's actually it's an Iroquois term, and it's about it's an Iroquois god for planting. And what they did is they had a specific synergistic planting system, and because this case has the synergies of being able to use it in infinite ways, we thought it was appropriate.
I would have never guessed any of that. So thank you. Any questions for Stacy or comments from the crew? All right, Stacy, thank you very much for coming on stage. Let's give Stacy a round of applause here.
This is Ellen from Coyote Case, and next is Mark from RYSE.
All right, Ellen, come on up. Let's give Ellen a round of applause. I'm going to make all the case people get together and create the Uber case. Can you guys just figure that out on the corner? All right, go ahead. Let's go, Ellen.
All right, so my dad and I invented the Coyote Case because I didn't feel safe walking home alone at night in DC, so I would call home and have him talk to me while I walked. So basically the Coyote Case, all you do is you wake it up like this and you hold your phone, and if something happens to you, someone tries to attack you or you're approached, you're uncomfortable, you squeeze. Two things happen. There's a 110 decibel panic alarm. It's louder than a car alarm, louder than a smoke detector. It's really loud. Everyone within 3 blocks will look at you. It also takes your GPS coordinates, puts them on a map, and texts them to your emergency contacts. So that can be law enforcement, that can be a security company, campus police, parents, roommates, friends, siblings, husband, wife, etc. So it's just a great way to protect your phone as well as yourself when you're out walking. And it also has great uses for the elderly who live independently, for college students on campus, for people with disabilities or health conditions. So that's the Coyote case.
Very cool. Dare I have you demonstrate the loudness of it?
I actually didn't bring the working version up here because it's really loud. So we got in trouble earlier.
Oh, good. I'm glad that I asked that question, I think. Questions from the audience for this? All right, right here.
Or do you have to squeeze the case in order to set it off?
I mean, there's some resistance. There's spring-loaded triggers here. You can't set it off when it's on the off switch here. So you have to flip it over to on and then squeeze. But it's gentle enough that someone who's elderly, who maybe has arthritis, it still works.
So the switch prevents you from accidentally setting it off, but
Exactly.
But it's sensitive enough to be able to be, you're holding it in your hand, ready to go.
Exactly.
Any other questions? I didn't know if there was one more that I missed. So I think that's very very cool, very clever. And what's your go-to-market?
So we have final prototypes for the 4, 4S, 5, and the Galaxy. We're looking at manufacturing beginning in about 60 days, and we're hoping to start in some boutique retailers and then maybe move to the big box shortly thereafter, assuming we can find a good partner.
Who do you think your target market is?
Well, we've had a lot of conversations with universities who are interested in offering these to their students. Parents of kind of teenage and 20s age kids are a great market, but also the elderly, people worried about their parents and grandparents living independently as the baby boomers age. We think that's really a strong demographic for us as well.
All right, well, pick one and go like gangbusters. That'd be my advice to you. All right, let's give Ellen a round of applause. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Who's up next here?
Mark Silva from Rise.
All right, Mark, let's go from Rise.
So Rise.co is a marketplace, a tool, a utility for connecting agencies and brands, all of corporate America basically, with startups. So you might think that's kind of an easy thing to do, but in fact, as the head of emerging platforms at a big agency, it's a massive problem. So part of the issue is that when a startup pitches, they might be pitching a junior media buyer, they might be pitching a head of strategy, they might be pitching a corp dev or elsewhere, and nothing is really connecting the dots for them. Very little of that is recorded. So we're doing that. We're going to record those. We're going to actually make introductions to corporate America based on your searches and provide analysis for them as well. If you'd like to get started with us, go to rise.co to get your free, to get into the beta. And if you're a startup looking to connect with corporate America, please drop your card on me afterwards.
Awesome. All right, it's Mark, right?
It's Mark.
Mark. So explain a little bit more about what kinds of startups you're trying to start with. Are you starting mostly with ones that are trying to get into the marketing side of the house of these corporations, or who's your primary startup kind of category here?
So here at CES, one agency, Publicis, has 650 people. So there's a pro tip for a startup to hang out in the lobby of the Four Seasons right now. But they have 650 people because corporate America and agencies realize that these new technologies aren't just about their marketing, but it's about their product roadmap going forward. It's about the marketplace. So it's anybody in corporate America, but we're starting with agencies and brands as our foothold.
All right. And any special kinds of startups that you think would most benefit from this?
I think any startup, probably all the way until you've got a corp dev person, and even then beyond that, I think you're going to have a lot of success using it. But it's making that a lot more efficient.
Any questions from the audience here for Mark? All right, Mark, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Give a round of applause to Mark. I know how are we doing on time?
So we're going to go about till 12:15.
Okay, so
we're just going to do a rapid fire as
All right,
quickly as we can.
Let's go.
All right. So up next is Kyle from IKEA, and on deck is Preston from Footmarks.
All right, Kyle. Kyle's got
got a whole thing.
Kyle's got his whole office he brought with him.
That's the idea.
All right, put it on the X and let's go.
Let's go. It's Kyle from IKEA. What we have is the world's first and only 6-in-1 computer keyboard. It's a full-size desktop keyboard. As you can see, it opens up inside. There's an organizer. Keep your clutter off your desk. We also have left and right-handed pen stands, different diameters for different size pens and pencils. We have business card holders. Keep your business cards handy for your customers as they come in. It's also a tablet rest and a phone rest. You can connect via Bluetooth, and we also have a USB model, lower cost entry price of $29.95.
All right, very good, Kyle. So is it a charging station as well for
It
the
is
devices?
not a charging station. We call it a rest. It's just a stand, but there is a slot you can run your charger through. Sorry, I keep...
So I guess my reaction to it is, who do you think is the key market for using the tool, and then why didn't you integrate some kind of a charging platform? Because that would seem to me like a bit of a user hassle, because most of the devices you plug in would be tilted over to the side once you try to charge them.
Well, I disagree with that. I mean, they will plug in and not be tilted to the side. But the reason we did not, it's just a matter of tooling cost and the multiple chargers it would take for the multiple devices. We were looking to get a product.
Who do you think the user is?
The user is anybody, in their office or home that's looking for organization. Where do you put your phone when you come into your office? Where do you set it? Where do you see your alerts? Where do you place your pens? People with limited space.
And what's your go-to-market? Who are you partnering with to get distribution or selling it direct?
We're looking. That's what we're here for. Looking for distributors. We're currently for sale online on our own website and also on Amazon.com. We have a number of specialty catalogs that also currently carry it.
All right, very good. Any questions for Kyle from the audience here? All right, right here. Hold on one second. Microphone's coming to you.
Do you have sales about how many units have you sold?
We've sold approximately 1,000 units, I would say. We've only just released the Bluetooth model here at the show. We've had the USB model out for a couple months. During Christmas, I don't know how people found us on Amazon because we have no marketing. I was selling, about 50 a day prior to the Christmas season. That's just direct, again, with no marketing. So we know if we could get the right distributor, I mean, it's a product that definitely has a niche.
Awesome. All right, let's give a round of applause to Kyle. Kyle, thank you very much. All right, we'll get our next up, and we'll probably have 3 or 4 more of these, right, Ned?
Yep, that's
okay,
right.
Very good.
Up next is Preston from Footmarks, and next is Robert from Rockra.
All right, give Preston a round of applause here. Come on, from CES. Let's go. Now, for real, come on, like you really care. All right, that's better.
I'm Preston Reed from Footmarks.com, and we developed a Bluetooth LE device that broadcasts up to 400 feet. And this is an iPhone app. It's our prototype. And this is reading our tags over at our booth. And the idea behind this is for out-of-home marketers to be able to broadcast deals and offers from anywhere from billboards, auto-wrap vehicles. We've tested it in vehicles going 40 miles an hour. And be able to interact with the signs or be able to have this in a retail location. And the benefits of this is that it's running in the background of the user's handset without draining its battery. So it's different than GPS. GPS will kill the person's battery. And the ability to gather demographics and statistics for the out-of-home marketers and retailers that they currently cannot get or are not provided. So companies like Arbitron do, they gather information from interviews and retailers, and we'll actually be able to provide the information of people going by the displays within the 400 feet.
We're going to cut you off there. All right, thanks, Preston. So does the user have to have some kind of app running on their device in order for it to work?
It's just running in the background. They don't have to have the app up.
I got to download an app, right?
You download a free app.
Why would I want to?
Okay, so it's about customer engagement and value exchanges between.
But as a customer, I don't want to be engaged. So why would I download this?
For instance, we're going to go to market strategy, be working with companies and brands and marketers to do offers of promotions and concerts for contests or like front row seats in a concert or download of free music to engage with them, so the brands will be offering value to the consumers to engage with them. So in that instance, you would want to download it, and then from that point.
So are you imagining the brands integrating your technology into their apps?
Yeah, we'll have APIs open that will be able to read all of our tags with their applications, And on top of this, we are launching a social network on this. We have other products. This is just one of them that we're displaying right now. It's a discovery network for the physical world. So you're gathering content in the physical world.
Questions? Preston, anybody? All right, thanks, Preston.
All right,
Round of
thanks.
applause. Thank you.
All right, up next is Robert from Rockra, and next we have Bhavish from Tango.
All right. Robert, come on up. Let's give Robert a round of applause here. Thanks, everybody.
Hi, I'm Robert from Ra, and my product is a retractable, attachable headset for all portable sound and communication devices. And I've had the problem of tangling wires that I get lost or get broken because they're wrapped around your headset or your smartphone. And basically, it's a retractable headset that pops onto the back of a skin or case that we'll provide. I got it upside down. Pops right on. You can take it off. The plug is a non-fray plug. Plugs right into your smartphone or sound device. Pop the headset out, pull it out. Listen to music, talk on the phone, press the retractable button. It retracts automatically. You can dock it or clip the buds so that they don't dangle it all in your pocket. And that's it.
All right, very cool. Thanks, Robert. So, what's your go-to-market in terms of who do you think?
Website first, but we have a couple of potential distributors already set up to potentially do retail.
Have you talked to anybody about integrating your platform into their existing cases? So, like an OtterBox or somebody else that says this is a new accessory.
We've talked to a company called iFrog and potentially other case companies.
What's your biggest challenge to getting this out the door?
I think at this point there isn't a huge challenge. It really is just a funding of the initial run.
Okay. And have you sold any units yet?
We haven't. We don't even have a product yet.
Got it.
It's
your
going to
prototype.
tooling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Any questions? Any questions for Robert? All right. Excellent. Thanks, Robert. Thanks
Great.
for being
Thank
here.
you.
All right, up next is Bhavish from Tango, and then Henry from Arnada.
All right. Come on up. Is it Ravish?
Bhavesh.
Ravesh.
Bhavesh.
Bavesh.
Sorry about
Bavesh. No, it's my fault. I can't see from that far. Just stand on the X, Bavesh. Nope, right on the X there.
There it
There
is.
you
Okay.
go.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Go. Time's
This-
going.
This is Tango. It's a pocketable, dockable PC. It's a full i7 class, quad-core processor, 8 GB RAM, standard DDR3 laptop class RAM, with a socketed SSD, so you can upgrade up to 256 GB. To use it, you slide it in a small little docking station that's about 5 inches by 5 inches and an inch thick and very sleek. Slide it in a docking station which is connected to all your peripherals like keyboard, TV, mouse, printer, whatever. This is standard Windows. You can put any operating system on it. Whatever you can do with PC, you can do with this. We are in the prototyping stage right now. We have done the electronics and the thermal. Thermal was the biggest challenge because you had 25 watts into such a small form factor. We had to adapt from a space age technology to bring it. There are no fans in space, okay? And they have kilowatts of laser instruments. They cool.
All right,
and
that's
we
I'm
did
going to have to cut you off there a little bit. Very cool technology.
Thank you.
Think about your questions if you have them in the audience. I have one. Are you going to have any, I don't see any ports on there, so you're going to have like an HDMI port or something where I can be in a hotel like this and not have to bring all this crap with me?
You need a docking station. This is a customized connector. 90 pins out here, so you have 2 HDMIs, 4 USB, 1 USB 3.0, 1 headphone, 1 microphone, and optical fibers.
And who wants this?
You think about the mass transit commuters in large cities who carry their laptops. All they do is work at home and work at office and work at home and work at office. Two docking stations at 2 places, and then they carry this. You also have PC gamers. For the first time, you can share PC games like Call of Duty. You can play with your friends by carrying it in your pocket.
Okay. Any questions from the audience here? Go ahead. One right here. Do we have a mic for you? We lost our mic. Here we go. Right here. He gets the question award for the day. Go ahead.
Yeah, my question is actually, it's a wonderful device. There is no doubt about it. But again, as he asked, don't you think it's a real problem? Like I will having multiple docking stations all over the world, wherever I go. I'm not constrained that way.
There's a large population who is not a road warrior, who have fixed places to work and 3 or 4 places to work: kitchen, living room, and office and home office. It's for those people.
Very good. All right, let's give you a round of applause. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Up next is Henry, and then we have Gary from Virlio TV.
All right, come on up, Henry. Let's give Henry a round of applause here. Only 1 or 2 more left. Thanks. All right, Henry, let's go.
Okay, sorry, my box is a bit too big. I couldn't carry it here, so I have to come like this. You're welcome to see it up front. The ugly boss is mine. Okay, what we did is I decided to build an IT system to target for disaster recovery. It's a complete system in a single box. So make it easy for the SME to do anything they want. And if case happens like the Sandy hits, they will have the mirror image at home. They go to the box, take it out, or ask the employee come to the office, the living room, change the box personality from home office to corporate office, and bingo, everybody's back online. All the data is still there, and they go back on business right away. They don't have to wait for a week, 2 weeks, or whatever to get your data back down from the cloud. Okay, so it's not just data backup, but also data recovery. We also do security, such as Wi-Fi segmentation. You have internal Wi-Fi segments. You have Wi-Fi segments for your guests to come in and use it, and email service.
Okay, thank you very much, Henry. All right, so it's a small office or home office or a small business disaster recovery system. And can I use it at home as a regular system while I'm there, and then I just flip a switch?
Yes, it is. It's a file server for you when you're using it at home. And you flip a switch, your wife will hate you because you lost access to her data, but your business will be back online right away.
Okay, very good. Any questions from the audience on this? Obviously, disaster recovery is a top of mind for a lot of people. It's a pretty interesting platform. And you think your primary customer is?
Mostly professional office, doctor's office, lawyer's office, CPA firms, engineering firms. Anybody who has business interest in the customer's data would be perfect.
Any units in market right now?
Actually, it's first customer ship in March. And we have engaged people in Taiwan to receive it. And then first ship in the US will probably in June after we fully test it in the field.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Henry. Let's give Henry a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh. Nobody's allowed to fall off the stage.
This is Gary, and then up next is Asif from Spicebox.
All right, Gary, come on up. Let's give Gary a round of applause here. Go. Woo!
Hi, my name is Gary. I'm an inventor. My current invention is called the Virtual Video Store. And, the patent is complete, and the product is called Vertio. It's like Redflix. It's the halfway between Redbox and Netflix. And the difference is you can get current movies, not older movies. Like Netflix is the content king of old movies and TV shows. And this is the ability to have current ones. Now, what's the catch? The catch is it's the video store model. So when you go to the video store, sometimes it'll be out. And what's been patented is when you select a movie and begin to play it, someone else goes to say we have 10,000 copies, and the 10,001st comes along, it will tell you how many minutes you'll wait before your next copy becomes available. And then it will play commercials and trailers in between. Why is that important? It's because it's a huge revenue difference. Pay-per-view is almost nobody wants to pay $6, and most of the subscription services don't have good movies.
All right, I'm gonna have to cut you off there. Okay, so I'll let you guys think about questions if you have any. My primary question is, have you done any studio deals? Have you got any, the whole thing is about the content. So where are you with that?
Because it's based on the original video store brick and mortar concept, I've met with all the studios, the Motion Picture Association, but this was back about 2 years ago. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for a large partner, a chain store, an Amazon, Google, Yahoo, somebody that will help me go close the deal. And this is a very high volume capability of $500 million to $1 billion business.
Yeah, obviously the studios are the key gateway to whether you have the content or not. Any questions here? Got one more, and then we'll.
So your biggest obstacle will be the movie theaters. How will you?
It's just the same as a video store. The model's already been proven for 20 years.
Yeah, it's just negotiating the window that you're going to get from the studios, which is
the
what you have
same
to
as a
do.
video store.
There you go. All right, very good.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Here's Asif, and then next is Jessica.
All right, Asif?
Asaf.
Asaf. Come on up, Asaf.
Hi, I'm Asaf from Spicebox, and I'm here to introduce the mouse. Mouse is a tiny device that plugs into your smartphone and turn it into a mouse. Not just a regular mouse, though. Because it plugs into the smartphone, we can use the enhanced capability the smartphone offers. So it will support motion gestures, visual gestures, and utilizing the Z-axis, working with specialized programs. The mouse app can identify what software you're working with and activate a set of shortkeys that will support your favorite actions on each of those software. We are now on Kickstarter. This is a working prototype, and we'll have units available by June or July this year.
Very cool. All right, so I need to get a little bit more clarity. Who do you think the key user is? Why do I want one of these things?
The key user is anyone that uses different devices throughout the day. So if you're using your laptop at work and then going into the presentation room, and then at night watching your media center, you can have your smartphone with you controlling each of these different devices just by plugging the mouse in.
Very cool. Questions from the audience? Anybody? All right, thank you very much, Asaf.
Thank you.
This is Jessica, and then our last pitch will come from Roy.
All right, come on up, Jessica. Let's give Jessica a round of applause.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jessica Wasserman, and I'm here from a small startup called Haptic Unlimited. And what we would like to show to you today is our brand new revolutionized keyboard and mouse combination. In the world, just in the US, we are sending more than 4 million text messages a year. And that number is climbing. And it's not just our teenagers who are texting either. It's becoming more and more important for business and other kind of relations, not just social media. So why don't we take the keyboard and revolutionize it into something that can fit in the palm of your hand? Just think, no more being hunched over your laptop, no more being hunched over your computer, no more back pain, no more carpal tunnel. And just think about if you had this on the airport, in the plane. You don't have to worry about being cramped in with your elbows by your sides anymore. It literally will fit in the palm of your hand. You type as if you're texting. The mouse is down here. You never have to move your hands. Right and left mouse buttons right here on the top. All of it right there in your hand. Very easy to use.
Awesome. Thanks, Jessica. So where are you in the development of the product?
We're a little bit past prototyping. We have a few more bugs to file out in our programming. We're going to be launching our fundraising campaign within the next couple of weeks. We have manufacturing plants already set and ready to go, and hopefully we can actually launch the physical product in about 6 months or so.
So who do you think the primary user is of this?
We'll see a lot of kind of early technology adopters from the 18 to 35-year-old crowd. At first, we do think it's going to be able to spread very quickly. We've had a lot of interest so far from people that we've polled in very many age categories. So we're thinking it's going to start off with students and hopefully spread very quickly.
All right, any questions for Jessica from the audience? All right, very good. Thanks, Jessica.
Thank you.
And our final pitch of the day is?
From Roy from InfoDrive.
All right, come on up, Roy. Let's give you a round of applause.
How you doing? I'm batting cleanup tonight. What we have is what we call an InfoDrive. InfoDrive is a USB with software that is copyrighted and patented to keep health history, not medical records, but health history. The same health history that you would go to your doctor and sit down and fill out on the form. You can print it out from here and take it with you for your whole family, for your parents if you're a caregiver. We also have 2 other applications that you would want if you were traveling to keep your inventory of your household goods with pictures, where you bought it, how much you paid for it, and any important documents that you want to either scan and upload, or if it might be a file you want to upload. And what makes it unique is a fingerprint is required to open it. So you register your fingerprint, or 9 others, you can have 10 on here. To open it, you scan your fingerprint, it comes up, it scans itself for viruses, which is important to hospitals and doctors because they don't want a virus in their system. The reason I say that is it's got a medical alert there. If you were to have a car wreck or be incapacitated, the technician could plug it in, scan your finger, and find out what you're allergic to, what medications you're taking, who to call.
I'm going to cut you off. All right, very good. So who do you think the primary users of the customer is on this?
Well, it can be, most importantly, caregivers. If you have older parents, you have children, you keep their medical records here so you can go to the doctor and you know what they've had and what they're taking. Travelers, if you're on vacation, if you're going overseas, you scan your passport, lose your passport, you have this around your neck, go plug it in, print it back out and prove that you had one. Really anybody that needs to keep information. Let's say that you're in an area that has forest fires or tornadoes. You have all your information right here for your life. It's not going to prevent it, but at least you have a starting spot.
So if I am in a car accident, I'm incapacitated, is there enough on there to tell a first responder how to swipe my finger and which finger I want and all that stuff on there?
The medical alert symbol says plug into PC. When they plug it in, it comes up with a splash screen that says, if you're a medical provider, you have my permission to scan my left index finger and use the information provided herein to treat me.
So the device can be plugged in. It's just that you can't access any of the data until you've swiped your finger.
That's exactly correct. You can't even see the data. Any version of Windows today, Macintosh in the very near future.
All right.
And we have another added part to this. You can upload the information to our cloud as a subscription and use your smartphone or iPhone to look at the information, fax it to your doctor, or email it to somebody. Maybe your parents have one and the doctor calls you at midnight and you have no clue what they're taking. You can go online if they give you permission and you can fax the information to the doctor.
I have no clue what my parents are taking. That is absolutely true.
Put it in your pocket.
Although they're definitely taking something, because look at me. Questions from the audience? Anybody? Right here. Wait for the mic, wherever it is. We lost our mic person. Right here.
So it sounds like you're marketing heavily to people who are elderly. Do you feel like that's a little too tech savvy for the older generation?
Actually, we have an online video that steps them through it. When they plug it in, they can choose to have an online video to walk them through it. But we're also working on the voice recognition version of this so that it's going to ask them the questions and they're going to answer them. But most of your seniors now are more tech savvy than what you realize. There's a lot of them on Facebook and there's a lot of them everywhere else. But you got to remember, the young people have kids and they have to keep track of their inoculations and what they're allergic to and all that sort of stuff anyway. So really, the young people are going to probably be used as much as the older people will.
All right, very good. Thanks, Roy. I really appreciate it. Well, thank you guys very much for being here as part of Startup America Live and CES. I encourage everybody here to take a tour of everything that's going on in Eureka Park. We saw a lot of product and devices here. There's a lot of people out there who produced things that we couldn't actually transport to the stage, which is why some of them weren't able to pitch. So have a good time at Eureka Park, and thanks for being here at Startup America Live.